All right, Bo. Man, first half defensively, you guys pretty much didn't let them have anything. What allowed you guys to get off to such a good start defensively?
We were just playing with a lot of effort and had great communication.
How much have you guys talked about treating this as kind of a playoff game with Fort Hays State? You know, the winner may get the opportunity to go to a bowl game.
Yeah, huge emphasis on like this is our next game. Like we got to go play, we got to go win, and then if we get the opportunity to play afterwards, and then we do, and that's great.
And then Fort Hays State, in terms of what you guys have been drilling, what are some of the things that you've been practicing in terms of getting prepared for their offense?
A lot of motions. They like to use one guy for a lot of motions. Number 10, he's like fourth in the conference in receptions. He's a good player.
How does it feel to get, kind of get a couple wins going after the previous couple weeks before that?
It feels good. Always feels good on a Sunday with a smile on your face.
And obviously, you don't know what's going to happen after this game, but how do you maybe go about playing the game, not knowing what your last game was, trying to leave it all on the field?
Yeah, you said it. Just be where your feet are. As much effort as you can give on that particular play. That's pretty much it, yeah.
Watching 4 days offensively, what have you kind of noticed about that?
They have a good offense. They're very consistent. They're good at what they do.
Laney.
Hey, Bo, I just have one question to add. You kind of touched on it, but is it difficult to really be where your feet are when you know that this is your last game and you don't know what's coming next?
Yeah. I usually like to spend time to like take a deep breath, look in the stands, look at the lights, really take it all in. But it's hard to do that sometimes when you get caught up in all the emotions and stuff.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
That's all I had to add.
Vince?
One last thing for me, Bo. I know you guys have had some big wins this year. How do you respond to that big win?
You're never satisfied. You're always hungry. You want to go win the next one.
Perfect, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So earlier in the year, you were sort of like a special teams guy. You'd get in a little bit, and now you have a much more, just a bigger position on the defense. You're playing a lot more. I think did you start last game?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how are you settling into that new role?
I actually switched positions to a rover. It's like the leader of the defense, and it was hard at first. I had to really study the playbook, but it's been going good. Getting more confident as each practice goes on.
Another one. So they have a very prolific passing offense, but they also are fourth in the league in rush. Are we going to see you guys up and run fit? We've been seeing you guys more, the safeties especially, more in the run fit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to call some more run fit calls to try to stop their run game.
All right.
Nice job, man.
Thank you.
Well, when you're in the middle of that kind of a game, when it seems like every time you touch the ball you're getting six, how does that feel like on the field for you, especially not playing much here recently, but really coming into your own here at the second half of the season?
It felt great, of course. There's always a smile on my face when I score, and I got to put wear a lot of smiles, I guess.
How much confidence has that given you as you've approached this week in practice?
I feel like it gave me a lot of confidence. It's a very confidence booster, especially because I haven't gotten the end zone all year, and then game I put up 5. So.
And then in terms of this being the last game and hoping maybe you'll have the opportunity to play another one if you can get a win at Fort Hays State, how much has that motivated you guys in practice this week to try to earn a December football game?
It motivates us all. We all want to play more. That's what we came to do. So another game would be lovely.
DeAndre, how does it kind of help, have a game like you did to kind of up your confidence going into, the rest of the season?
It just proved to myself that, I can play here. I can do the best I can. I just got to keep doing it, keep working.
And how does having yourself and Billy to have the two running backs now maybe to kind of has it kind of added another dynamic to the offense?
I think me and Billy run 2 different ways, 2 different styles, so I think it adds dimension to our offense to see 2 different run styles on the field.
Fort Hays, pretty good defensive team. What have you maybe noticed about the way they may approach you guys on Saturday?
I think they're going to have to respect our run game a lot more now that not just our passing.
Thank you. Laney.
Hey, DeAndre, like you mentioned, don't get in the end zone all year, and then you get 5 in one game. Just kind of what were you working on all season, practicing all season, to make sure you could have a game like that when your number's being called?
I mean, I just do what they asked me to do. I guess I just got lucky or got hot one game and just kept rolling.
And when you have a game like this so close to the end of the season, does it kind of set you up nicely for maybe next season, or I guess how much can you take away from a game like that? There's only one game left now.
I mean, there's definitely something to build on. You know, we still have another game, and hopefully we can get a second game play in December.
All right, thank you.
Vince.
Hey man, like you said, you're getting hot, right? The team, your offense can get hot, your defense can pretty much stop anybody in the conference. You've seen that this year. So how do you just continue to respond the way you guys want to? As the thing is now trying to get to December. So how do you guys just respond to last game and then put it into this game?
I mean, it's just another building point. We just keep elevating from where we're at. There's always up to go. So just keep building what we started.
Is there like the earmuffs and blinders? I know coaches brought it up for a lot. Did he mention that recently at all?
I mean, not necessarily. Kind of try to stay even keel with everything. Don't let your emotions get too high.
Perfect, man. Appreciate your time.
So Jorge's has the #1 defense in the league, but last game our running game was firing on all cylinders like we haven't seen all year. How much confidence does that give you going into essentially a winner-go-home game with the run defense in your back pocket?
I mean, it's just rely on our guys that we got, rely on the offensive line, and me and Billy getting it done.
How does that make you feel that your last game at Welch Stadium, you guys went out on such a high note, able to really click in the first half especially?
Yeah, it definitely feels good. I mean, just having one of those type of games where you feel like, everything's working and, it's just no matter what you do, you're making the right plays. So, just having those games to end the home stretch undefeated and, just protecting Power E, defending Welch, things like that, it definitely means a lot. We just got to, build off that and keep going.
I know you were asked earlier in the year and someone said, oh, well, it's the last time, and said, well, there's a lot of season left, you're going to stay in the moment. Is it harder now, not necessarily knowing, hoping for maybe 2 games left, but knowing you only have 1, a little harder to stay in the moment now?
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but, it's still just being in the moment of that game and, just, cherishing everything, not taking anything for granted, not taking a play for granted, just really going play by play and, just execute what you got to get done. So it also, I feel like it kind of helps too because, you're really locked in on the game and, you're just really into that moment.
And I know we talked to you and you said, I want to play another game if we can get by Fort Hays State. Does it feel like this is sort of like a playoff atmosphere for you that maybe both teams feel like it's a win and end game?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, we're both setting on the same record, same thing like that. So, it definitely does feel like a winner go home type situation. But, our goal is just to go 1-0, and then, whatever follows after that, will happen.
Right, having that game that DeAndre had last week, have him and Billy now maybe adds a different kind of runner. So does that add maybe another dynamic to your offense with the run game?
Oh, yeah. I mean, once the run game's clicking, it opens up so much of the field for us. It really does. It makes things a lot easier to see, a lot easier to read, when those guys are, popping off big runs like that, it's really puts pressure on a defense to defend the full field. And, I mean, are they going to play the run? We can throw. If they're going to play the pass, and, hey, those 2 guys back there, getting the job done, you kind of got to pick your poison sometimes with it. So, that's what our offense is about, is just playing fast, executing, and, just do what we can control.
I know you said same records going into this game before Hayes, but they're one of the better defensive teams in the league. What do you kind of notice about the way they may play you guys on Saturday?
Yeah, they play super hard. They're physical. They're a really good, sound defense. We're going to have to, be ready to match their intensity, and, we're just going to have to go out there and execute our style of football, go play our offense, and, don't worry about nothing else.
Lane.
Hey, Steven.
Hi.
Yes. In past years, seniors say last game they're gonna kind of take a moment to look around and enjoy it. But how do you kind of switch between looking around, soaking it all in, and then once the ball is snapped and the game's ready to go, snapping into football mode?
Yeah, it's really, once that ball's kicked off, or even the coin flip, you kind of, once if you're going on offense or defense, that switch kind of flips right then. So, it's definitely, definitely going to cherish it, but at the same time, there's still a job needs to be done, so we got to go take care of it.
And a lot of the times, everyone's favorite stories are the road trips with the team. Is it special kind of ending the season with a road trip that's going to have kind of a long bus ride for you guys?
Yeah, it definitely is. You're just truly with your teammates, with your guys. You get to hang around them, the whole night and things like that. So, it's really special to get, at least one more chance to, to be around them together as a team. Because, it might not be, you never know. So, just really, enjoying the guys, enjoying the trip, and just, soak it all in.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Vince?
Brandon, I know I've asked this question, but just, how you guys have had big wins, you guys have had some tough losses. How do you respond with a great team at Fort Hays State? How do you guys respond from, your previous game into this week?
Yeah, we just got to build off what we did this past week. It's not about getting too high or too low about what we did, but it's about, hey, we really executed and we did what we were supposed to do. I mean, that's what we're supposed to do. So we should go out there, and build off that and really, take pride in what we did and then use that to our advantage and, go take care of business on Saturday.
One last thing for me, we know how special a relationship you and Coach Higgins have, and saw the video where you guys embraced, obviously, on the field,
Yeah.
at your last home game. Just talk about what, Coach Higgins has just meant to you in your 6 years at Emporia State.
Coach Higg, he means the world to me. We definitely have a special relationship. I've spent tons of time with him, meeting rooms, on the field, off the field, things like that. So, he's such a, a great person, great dude. He's been nothing but, pushed me to be better every year I've been here, not ever getting complacent, always chasing to be better. And having your head coach, that main guy right there in your ear, wanting you to get better, keep pushing you. And, it trickles down to what I already wanted to do for myself and for this team. It's really about taking ownership of the team and just go be the hardest worker and guys will follow, that kind of deal. So, he definitely means the world to me. Definitely a special place in my heart for him, but, he's the best. So that's about it.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
So Hayes, they play a lot of cover 4. They play a lot of special to empty. That's something you guys have seen before. Are you guys taking sort of a different approach to it, or are you just going to keep doing what you're doing? We got answers for a lot of defenses. We try to do different things throughout the week and things like that. But it's also just we still have our base offense in, and we got to be able to run that at a high level and things like that, and then you kind of build off of it from there.
Real quick, it was really special on Saturday. We called timeout to bring you out of the game. Just kind of talk about what was going through your head at that time.
Yeah, that was really special. Really just the hardest part was going and dap up all your teammates, all the coaches after that, walking off the field. Just seeing all those guys, support me for 6 years and been right there with me through the fight, through all the adversity that we've gone through together. Just having those guys, having those coaches, just come out and show me some love and things like that. It definitely meant the world to me. It was definitely a special moment that I'll never forget.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
I'm about to talk to him, so.
All right.
Go.
Coach, Fort Hays coming up, 2 teams. I know we don't look at records, but same records. Just jumps out about that as you prepare for Saturday.
Good football team. The type of team that Hayes is going to put on the field is very indicative of their head football coach. Tough, physical. They remind me of, I feel like, a lot of ourselves. They play. They're very well coached. They, they've had a turnaround. What I mean by that is that, and they've had a lot of success there. But they were 3-8 last year, and right now they're sitting at 7-3. Got an opportunity to go 8-3. So this league, I think, is more evident this year than maybe it's always, to me, been the best Division II conference in the country, but I think it's really more evident right now this year than it's ever been.
Defensively, they're one of the top teams
sound, well coached. They don't beat themselves. They tackle well, physical, and they're, like I said. I mean, they don't do any. They don't. It's not like they do a whole lot. They're just, man, they let their guys play, and like I said, they're well coached.
When I guess you don't know this might be the last game, it might not be. When you're kind of in that spot end of the year, and you kind of just focused on playing the one game and then whatever's going to happen after.
Yeah, just that's what we've been focused on. Just having an opportunity to finish the year, 8-3, have an opportunity to finish the year on a positive note. Going into the off season, and and then finishing. You finish the year 8-3. See what happens after that. But again, I've said this: great group of seniors that we have, and they've had a lot of success, and just like to finish it the right way. You bet.
Hey, Coach Higgins.
Hello.
This is a question, but I'm going to steal it because I want to hear your answer on it. This game could kind of determine if the winner maybe gets a bowl game, maybe doesn't, but is there a lot riding on this game, knowing that you guys could potentially get another one after this?
Well, I guess if you want to say that, I think it's more riding on it, just finishing the year on a positive note and just winning this game. And, whatever happens after that is a reward. I just want our guys to focus in on, we got to go on the road. We're going to have to play a team on their senior day. So there's going to be a lot of emotions involved. Now, they don't have very many seniors, but you also have a team that finished 3-8 last year, and they got an opportunity to possibly go to a bowl game and finish 8-3. That's a complete turnaround. I mean, we're going to play a very hungry team. And I know they lost a tough one last week against Central. And we lost. That was, we took our loss, 3 to 4 weeks ago against Central, and it hurts. What hurts about it is you realize, and again, this is what's very difficult about our conference, is that you can't go, the playoffs are out of the question. That's over. When we got beat by Central, we had that. Dauber was down, worried about the next week and that sort of thing. Now, hey, they lost to Central. They know they can't go to the playoffs, but there's a possible bowl bid on the line. I'm sure their guys are hungry for that, and I would believe our guys would be hungry too to go compete. So we'll see what happens.
And your last game being a road game, do you think the bus ride is going to be a little different this time?
The only difference is my wife's going, so she's going to be on the bus with me, so that is going to be different. And it's family, it's take your spouse to the game day. All right, so that'll be different. So now she's, probably see some, I don't know, bad. I got to watch what I do, bad habits. So the hotel room definitely be nice and clean, probably than what it usually is when I'm by myself. You bet.
Vince.
I don't know how to follow up with that, Coach, but I'll do it with this. I've asked the question to all the guys. How do you, as a team, I know you've had it a little bit, you respond to a tough team like Fort Hayes, right? You've had some big wins and some tough losses. How do you respond from a big win like you guys had, where you put up maybe probably 600 yards of offense, whatever it was? How do you respond from that game going into the next?
Well, I mean, it's like we've told the team, just building off that. I mean, we actually hit in all phases last week, okay, and played our most complete game that we've played. So why not build off that? Let's continue this, okay? It was a good feeling after the game. Everybody had a smile on their face. Way to send the seniors out. The last home game, finish undefeated at home. Now let's go finish another one, last game of the year, and again, finish 8-3 and be able to do some things in this football program. The consistency level of where this program is at now to where it was, when basically when I first got here, and even to then, just the consistency of winning. We've had, I don't know how many winning seasons. I know we had a down year in 2019 and another down year in 2014. You take that out, since 2012, we've been winning football games here. And so, again, we want to continue that, and that's why this Saturday is definitely important.
Well, the last thing I promise. I asked Braden, I don't know if you heard what he said about you. I asked you, what does Coach Higgins mean to you? Obviously said a lot of great things. To have a quarterback like Braden who's broken so many records at the school that might hold for a while, who knows? But when you have a guy like that as a coach, did it make it easier for you? And what does Braden mean to Emporia State?
I tell you, it makes it easier for me, just the coaching aspect, knowing that he knows the game plan. Okay, so that's the part that makes it easier. The tough part about it is, Vince, is that, we're looking at his last game, and not having the opportunity to be in meetings with him, unless he stays around and is a graduate assistant. But just being around him, not having the opportunity to go out and coach him. And that's, to me, it's been a joy to coach him, because he is everything that you want in a player. He listens, and he's a competitor. He's tough, man, tough. I mean, a guy that will get banged up and will not be in the training room, will not want to go in there. And again, I always say that he can will us to victory at times. And what he means to this university is just, again, he is just one of the poster childs of what we want a player to represent in our football program. Again, I already talked about the traits, the competitiveness, the grit, and all that, the leadership ability. He cares about this place. He's invested in this university. And I think when players do that at this level, I think you can become a better football team. That's just my thoughts, okay? And that's how I feel about it. And I don't know if words can really describe what he means to me, because it is hard. I'm thinking about it right now. I mean, there's a lot of emotions that come to the forefront, and I'm an emotional coach. I coach with emotion. He handles my emotions. Okay, I mean, I got on him yesterday. I said, "There's one more rear end chewing you got to take." He missed a throw, and I kind of got on him, but I was like, "Hey, you got to take one more." But man, I love him to death. I'm gonna miss him, and we'll finish out the season hopefully on a positive note, and then we'll visit and see what his next steps are going to be.
Appreciate you, Coach. Thanks so much.
You bet. Thank you.
Real quick, I mean, we know how good their defense is, but their offense obviously firing on all cylinders last week. What's one key to the game to come out of this with victory?
I think we got to keep things in front of us. We can't give up the big play. We got to make them earn everything that they get offensively. We're going to have to tackle well, and we're going to have to be physical. And we know they're a physical football team, and we've had our troubles at times tackling. I mean, we're going to have to tackle really well. I mean, we're going to have to play one of our best games defensively, because they're sound in what they do offensively. They got a returning starter back at quarterback who's got some weapons out there at receiver, and they got two running backs that are very good, and their offensive line is physical and tough.
One last question. How special was it you were in a position that last home game to be able to kind of give Braden the curtain call?
Yeah, it was awesome. I think he deserved that. I mean, I think it kind of threw everybody off, kind of that we were doing it, and the game was kind of out of hand, but it was I guess that was a way. And, again, Braden doesn't care about these things. You know this, Don, but I thought it was a nice gesture for us to show him how much he means to our football program, and to say, look, we're going to call a timeout here. You deserve this curtain call for all the games you've started in, so I think that's what that meant, hopefully to him, but that's kind of what I felt like that we were trying to give back, to let him know that, hey, you're special here, man, and we love you.
Awesome.
Is that it? All right. See you guys.
Just